Sometimes, the people who break us the most are the ones who wake us up. When you've been close to a narcissist, whether in love, family, or friendship, it can feel like your light was dimmed, your worth questioned, your voice taken. But what if the pain wasn't meant to destroy you, but to rebuild you into someone stronger, wiser, and more self-aware than ever before? This video isn't about staying stuck in the story of what happened to you. It's about transforming that pain into your power. Part 1. Understanding the pattern. Narcissists often enter our lives like magnets, charming, confident, intense. They make us feel seen in ways we've never felt before. And then slowly, they start to erode that sense of safety. The truth is, narcissists are drawn to people who feel deeply empaths, healers, nurturers. But that pull isn't random. It mirrors unhealed parts within us, the parts that once had to earn love, prove worth, or hold space for chaos just to feel seen. That's why the bond feels so magnetic. It's familiar to the nervous system. But what's familiar isn't always what's healthy. Part 2. The breaking point. There comes a moment when you realize that no matter what you give, it's never enough. You start to shrink yourself to keep the peace. You apologize for emotions you shouldn't have to justify. You question your own memory, your reality. And yet, that breaking point, the collapse, is actually your awakening. Because that pain is your body whispering, "I'm done abandoning myself." You start to understand that love without respect isn't love. That peace without truth isn't peace. And that your empathy was never the problem. It just needed protection. Part 3. Moving beyond the victim story. Here's where so many people get stuck in the victimhood loop. I see countless videos and advice online that keep people replaying the same story. They did this to me. They took everything from me. They ruined my trust. That pain is valid. The trauma is real. But staying in the mindset of, "this happened to me," delays your healing. Because the truth is, every time you stay in that story, you unconsciously reinforce it. You keep identifying with the version of you who was powerless. Transformation begins the moment you say, "Yes, this happened, but it no longer defines me." Without that shift, the same patterns repeat. The same kind of people show up different faces. Same lesson. Because life keeps reflecting back what you're still holding inside. The longer you seek what you long for outside of yourself, validation, love, recognition, the longer you'll attract people who take. But the moment you start giving those things to yourself, you begin attracting those who match your healed energy. That's how you step out of the story and into your power. Part 4. The transformation. Healing after narcissistic abuse isn't just about leaving them behind. It's about meeting the parts of yourself that believed you had to settle for less. It's about taking the love you gave so freely to others and pouring it back into your own soil. It's about listening to the intuition they taught you to doubt and letting it guide you again. You stop chasing closure from them and become your own closure. You stop waiting for apologies and give yourself forgiveness instead. And one day, you'll wake up and realize peace feels more natural than pain. That's how pain transforms into power. Part 5. The spiritual lesson. On a spiritual level, these relationships often appear as mirrors, not punishments, but invitations to heal. They expose where we gave our power away so we could finally reclaim it. They showed us what love is not so we could finally recognize what it is. Forgiveness doesn't mean approval. It means liberation, releasing the energetic tie that kept you repeating the past. You are not broken because of what happened. You are becoming. And every time you choose self-respect over chaos, truth over illusion, and healing over blame, you rise. Pain turned inward becomes suffering. Pain turned into awareness becomes power.